Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for watching Daybreak. We begin this morning with breaking news. Just west of Manor, a semi-truck has fallen off a 100-foot embankment on SH 130 near 290, causing a traffic alert because of only one lane of SH 130 being open now in that area. That's on the northbound side of 130. Live pictures here from the scene of the crash. A driver, a man in his 40s, was pinned inside the semi for a short time. He has been rescued now and is on his way to the hospital. Officials say his injuries are serious, but not expected to be life-threatening. Now, roads were closed in this area for a bit. With more on that, let's toss it over now to traffic reporter Anavid Reyes. Good morning, Anavid.
Good morning, Brian. That's right. Roads were closed on SH 130 going northbound, but one lane has now been open, so that is good news. If you want to avoid this mess, go ahead and take FM 973 up to Palmer Lane, and that will get you away from this area. So again, FM 973 going northbound to Palmer Lane will get you out of this mess. And that's it for traffic. Let's go get a look at weather with Erica Lopez.
Busy weather-wise also on the quiet side for central Texas, but check out the Panhandle and also western Texas. They're currently under a severe thunderstorm watch until 7 a.m. this morning, battling some severe thunderstorms. We still have a couple of warnings out there and also a tornado warning, which has now expired just south of McLean. But what we're seeing here across central Texas is just a lot of cloud coverage. Conditions are muggy, warm as you're heading out the door, and keeping in some rain shower chances for today. Here's how today is going to play out. A 20% chance of showers for the first half of our day. Lots of clouds out there. Don't expect sun. It's going to kind of be a repeat of yesterday, except we'll increase those rain shower chances this afternoon. Possible thunderstorms could be something you battle this afternoon also. Daytime high temperatures will be in the lower 80s, though. So we'll give you your full forecast because we're tracking a better chance of rain by tomorrow. I'll break down hour by hour what we can expect in your full forecast. Brian, back to you.
The rain is back. Erica, thank you. The Texas House will vote down a bill that would allow publicly funded adoption agencies to reject applicants on religious grounds. The bill got preliminary approval last night. Opponents say it discriminates against gay, non-Christian, and unmarried parents. If it passes the House, the bill will move on to the Texas Senate. We'll have more on this coming up in our 5 a.m. hour here on Daybreak. Now to the fallout over President Trump's decision to fire FBI Director James Comey. The announcement taking Washington by surprise and prompting questions about the future of the FBI's ongoing investigation into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. ABC's Janae Norman has the very latest.
This morning, the FBI director is out, and the questions still coming in about what that means for the future of the FBI and the Bureau's investigation into President Trump's campaign and possible collusion with the Russians.
Were these investigations getting too close to home for the president? It is troubling that Attorney General Sessions, who had recused himself from the Russian investigation, played a role in firing the man leading it.
President Trump once spoke glowingly about Director James Comey.
He's become more famous than me.
But Tuesday, writing to inform him, quote, "You are hereby terminated and removed from office effective immediately. You are not able to effectively lead the Bureau." The sudden news immediately setting off alarms for Democrats.
Every American will rightly suspect that the decision to fire Director Comey was part of a cover-up.
The president's team countering those claims. Kellyanne Conway telling CNN's Anderson Cooper,
"It's not a cover-up. There was no collusion. There was no evidence."
But even some Republicans say the timing of Comey's firing will raise eyebrows, as others call for a special prosecutor to take over the Russia investigation.
I've always believed that we should have a select committee or a commission because it's a very large issue. It's gotten larger and it'll get more large as time goes by.
An FBI official tells ABC News Comey learned of his firing from reports on TV, saying Comey was, quote, "really surprised and caught flat-footed." Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Now, Director Comey is supposed to have at least 6 more years in his term as FBI director. And now that he's been abruptly fired, the White House has launched a search to replace him. So who could take his place? Well, neither the FBI nor the Justice Department has provided any leads at this point, but there is speculation that former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani would be on the president's list of candidates. As this search continues, the FBI being headed up by Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. 4:35 now. The American Civil Liberties Union has issued a travel alert for the state of Texas. Issued yesterday, just 2 days after Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill to ban so-called sanctuary cities in the state. This law cracks down on policies on jurisdictions that do not detain known criminals of accused violent crimes. This travel alert informs anyone planning to travel to Texas in the near future to anticipate the possible violation of their constitutional rights when stopped by law enforcement. This applies to both U.S. travelers from other states and U.S. citizens. Now, the ACLU says the law gives a green light to police officers in the state to investigate a person's immigration status during a routine traffic stop. Travelers may encounter illegal arrest, they say, racial profiling, or may be required to show immigration documents.
All eyes are on Texas now. The community, not just immigrant community, but, nationwide, all Americans are concerned that Texas has passed the most racist law in the nation. So all eyes are on Texas now.
Senate Bill 4 would go into effect September the 1st. The ACLU feels the travel alert's not a scare tactic, but a way to warn people of their constitutional rights. This alert applies to all encounters with federal, state, and county law enforcement, including local police and sheriff's departments. When Travis County changed its policy earlier this year to only hold suspects for federal immigration agents under certain situations, the governor's office stripped Travis County of $1.5 million in grant funding. Travis County commissioners have now figured out how to keep the programs running without that grant. Those programs serve thousands of people in certain juvenile courts, drug diversion and prostitution prevention programs, and veterans court. Under a plan approved yesterday, none of the criminal justice programs will be cut. Cost will be covered by existing departmental budgets. 6 vacant positions now across departments will be eliminated. Donations from a community fundraiser will help fill the gaps. An elderly woman's family filing a $1 million lawsuit against an Austin nursing home after video shared on social media seemed to show a nursing assistant taunting a woman with a feather as she smeared feces on her face. In the lawsuit filed May 5th, the son of the 83-year-old woman accuses Windsor Nursing and Rehabilitation Services of Duval of failing to report the incident to law enforcement and to the family. The lawsuit also accuses the nursing home of negligence in hiring 23-year-old Carlos Santa Cruz. According to the lawsuit, Santa Cruz had previously been arrested for drug charges, criminal mischief, and fraud. Back on April the 5th, Santa Cruz was charged with misdemeanor injury to the elderly by contact. New information this morning. University of Texas officials have confirmed that 2 victims who were injured as part of that knife attack are not affiliated with any of the university's Greek organizations. According to the Austin American-Statesman, this comes after rumors that the knife attack was targeting Greek organizations. These fears were voiced through Frats Bash Back flyers posted around West Campus, flyers urging Greek life students to form, quote, safety squads to protect themselves. University police aware of the flyers, but not looking into it because it was posted off campus. University Medical Center Brackenridge will soon be moving locations and getting a new name. The hospital will be moving across 15th Street later this month to a brand new facility and changing its name to the Del Seaton Medical Center at the University of Texas. Brackenridge will be closed and only psychiatric services will remain. Seaton says the move will ensure the safety of those in their care.
So this is a responsibility that we take very seriously. Taking patients from one facility to another and ensuring the safety, especially when you're transferring critical patients, is something we have been planning for more than a year.
Now, the new facility, 7 floors, and will house just over 200 beds on those 7 floors. This is what the patient's room, a helipad, operating rooms all look like. According to Central Health, who owns Brackenridge property, there are plans to redevelop the old facility into a mixed-use community that would include office space, apartments, and shops. Happening today, dozens of Austin students will leave the cars and buses and bike to school. Today's Bike to School Day. So when you head out for your commute, just be aware, be ready to see a lot more kids on the streets. So drive carefully out there today. Not so sweet news here for peach farmers and consumers. The mild winter is causing problems in orchards across the state of Texas, delaying blooming significantly this year. So this means you may have to spend a bit more for those Texas peaches when you go buy those later this summer. Time to get a check of our weather. It was a mild winter for sure, and more rain in the forecast beginning today. Erica Lopez has all the details.
That's right. We're tracking kind of a repeat of yesterday's forecast, only increasing rain shower chances a little bit and increasing them even more by tomorrow. Live look outside at the state capitol. It's muggy out there. Mid to upper 60-degree dew points. That's even more saturated than yesterday morning, more sticky as you head out the door. 72 for ABIA, Camp Mabry, same thing. We're quiet in terms of any rain shower activity right now on the radar, but we will have some spotty showers that could develop throughout this morning and even a better chance by the afternoon. Nothing like what parts of West Texas and also the Panhandle is experiencing right now. They're still under a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 7 a.m. That same system is moving slowly to the east, so it will affect us by tomorrow. As for this morning, your rush hour forecast, we're keeping you in the clear from any concerns in terms of your travel plans this morning, but keep in mind we do have some patchy drizzle, and then this afternoon about a 30% chance of a possible thunderstorm that could be around your surrounding area. 80s will be our lower 80s for our daytime high, so about 83 is what we're calling it for the Austin metro area. Again, a 30% chance of showers and possible thunderstorms this afternoon, but don't be surprised if some patchy drizzle is on your windshield this morning. Tonight, it's going to be muggy. Temperatures in the 70s. We're going to continue with the clouds and the extremely high dew points. Spotty showers will be in the forecast. Now, let's touch bases on tomorrow. Tomorrow, our viewing area is under a marginal risk, so it's not a widespread severe threat, but we are expecting a decent amount of showers and possible thunderstorms in our forecast tomorrow afternoon. I'll touch bases on that in the full forecast and get in more depth on those details. Brian, back to you.
Thanks. Turning now to some exciting sports news this morning. The Austin Huns will be one of 10 franchises across the country to participate in a new Major League Rugby league. Several attempts to start a pro rugby league have failed in the past. Austin, one of 3 Texas teams competing. The others include Houston and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The season kicks off next year. They were a family before, but now it's expanding. A Central Texas family sharing their special stories. Straight ahead.